Good afternoon, everyone. It's so good to see you this afternoon, this almost weekend. Yay! um, Lunch today, Lean Cuisine. I haven't seen the sponsor yet, so I'm not going to be so loyal. I've got Healthy Choice crustless chicken pot pie. That is my lunch for today. So, Lean Cuisine. If you liked it, should have put a ring on it. Then again, I probably should have a few more viewers. So, such is life. This week has been definitely a week of learning. More learning for me than the students, but learning for the students as well. At the end of last week and the beginning of this week, I noticed that I was going a little bit too quickly in my lesson planning. Trying to get too many things done in not enough time, which probably harkens back to my time as a choir teacher, because that was always the case. And I realized that the learning targets that we were up against were not being met. And so this week I had to take a step back, which is fine. That's how it goes, especially when you've got a grand learning map and a scope and sequence. The sequence part is in fact very important. So learned that the hard way this week. Not a big deal. The kids were great about it. So more importantly, they got more practice in composing. I would have them write out a rhythm using the rhythms that we would use in class. So you heard me talk about that last week. We took a step backwards because I was getting a lot of whiteboards that they just didn't understand putting a rhythm first and then adding the notes in later. So we did the old classic I do, we do, you do, and it worked out perfectly. So had a lot more understanding. Plus they were able to transfer that knowledge from the whiteboard onto their xylophone. Then afterwards we had them go from their own whiteboard. They would switch with their partners and they would play their partner's whiteboard. That's something that I really like to do because, first of all, it kind of forces them to write more legibly, which as somebody with terrible handwriting, that is important. Teaching elementary has definitely made my handwriting better, for sure, absolutely. It also gives them the opportunity to do a lot of music reading that they wouldn't normally be doing, just in kind of a more traditional sense. I do a whole lot of composition. In other news, yesterday I decided I would play football with the third graders at recess. Why not? You know, I had recess duty and they were out there, they were throwing the football. I thought that could be fun. So I did that for all of about 2 minutes, and I had one third grader severely underthrow the ball, and me being me, I tried to run and catch it because I didn't want him to feel bad for underthrowing the ball. I tripped over my own feet because I'm a 31-year-old man who hasn't run since college. Tripped over my own feet and face planted on the ground. So that's a thing. I'm just glad they didn't laugh. They were genuinely concerned about my well-being. So hooray for that. Also, hooray for other teachers not seeing that. I went back to my own area. I asked my colleague, so did you just see me biff it? She's like, no. Well, too bad. So nobody saw it except for the kids. So that's fine. This week has also been several wins for social emotional learning for me. I've gotten to know my students a little bit better, which is great. I was able to talk to a second grader about playing at recess with friends and playing games that they want to play, playing games that she wants to play, that kind of thing. I also had a first grader that really wanted to do this game that we do in first grade, and I put it up to a vote for between that game and another one for them, and they picked the other one. He got upset about it, and I told him, well, we can always play that game tomorrow. I put a lot of leeway in my lesson plans for the first and second graders, mostly because at that point, I just want them to have fun making music. So I don't have a lot of set lesson plans. I have a lot of activities that I can choose from. That way we can just kind of see how the day goes, As we go forward in the school year, I'm noticing that a lot of it's starting to really take a toll on a lot of teachers. So uh, I hear you. I empathize with you. I'm with you. I've never been more tired in my life. This has been an incredibly tiring school year, and we're like 7 weeks in. So, like, that's a thing for sure. So, I empathize with you, and I really hope that you're able to find peace within these next few weeks. It's tough. It's a tough slog right now. All right. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'm out. See ya.